Alright guys, I'm here at the shop. I got this van to do this week, and this is a scuff and shoot, and I'll show you how to do everything. But first off, I'm going to mask everything off around this thing to not get any sand scratches. Some people may not care, but I don't like getting little sand scratches on the glass, the rubber, the plastic. Just not what I like to do. I'm gonna pull the emblems. Pretty much everything's staying. It's literally a scuff and shoot job. So I don't think you really need to see me mask. I'm sure I will in other ones. This one's just a quick job, so I want to do it fast. One video. So let's get started. Okay, now we have it masked, and just doesn't have to be perfect, but protect glass, rubber. Now I'm going to take some wax and grease. You're going to get one wet and you're going to leave one dry. Put the dry one in my pocket, and then one thing with the tape, I use the 99-cent tape, if it's 99 cents anymore. Don't leave it on long. Don't get it wet. Make sure it's not old, and don't let it get hot. It will leave residue. I'll mask this, dry sand the whole thing. I won't wet sand any of it, and if you do, it leaves bad residue. It doesn't rip off right. I don't see a point in wasting money on the automotive paint just to rip it off to remask anyway. So alright, let's get back to the wax and grease. So I'm going to, kind of hard with one hand, we'll just pour it on there. Normally I want to do this like this. You can use any rags, try to use lint free, but you're going to go on this panel and you're going to wipe 50-50. Okay, I mean, this car is nasty. I should have told them to clean it. I actually sometimes will charge people extra if they're this gross. So get that thing wet, wax and grease it real good. Then you take the dry rag, make sure you get everything off. I mean, it dries pretty quick in this heat, but still go over it. You're gonna 50 overlaps. Just make sure it all comes off, because it can leave residues, and we don't want that, especially when you go to paint, because I will do it again. If you leave it on, just look how dirty that is. Oh, can you see that? I mean, that thing is road grimy. If you leave it on while you don't get it all off and you go to paint, you can have smear marks. That's how dirty it is. So again, I'm gonna hit the whole car, and probably not going to show all of it. Keep on going. So quick example here on the tape. I like to start at one end, and then you follow, and you move it up and down, and that way you have one tape line. A lot of people rip a little off, put it on. Rip a little off, put it on. You waste tape, you waste time, it looks like crap. And it's literally easier to just go like this. Put one piece, run all the way down. Don't overthink masking. It's a lot of effort. I mean, it takes a lot of time, but don't overthink it. It's pretty simple. Okay, so we're going to start sanding all this at 320 on the sander. Hit all the flat spots that I can, and then just go down this whole side, and we'll hit all the big areas. Then I'll come in with the hand sand and hit the edges with the red Scotch-Brite. should be good to go pretty quick. Okay, that took 5 minutes on the dot, and all the edges are done. The whole fender's done. So I'm just gonna keep going all the way down. I was gonna hit all the big panels, but then I decided to do what I mostly do and I should mostly do. I like to hit one panel because I start skipping around, I get lost, job takes longer, and it is a pain. For this video, I am gonna kind of show you going down with the DA. I normally don't do that like I do. Like I said, I do this. Done. Then I'll do that door. Video, I'm gonna kind of just show me going down it with the DA. Because at the shop, I have a hard time recording because then I don't have my music. Kind of drives me nuts. So I'm not gonna show the whole thing get sanded in time lapse. I'll just do parts. Okay, so I did forget the bottom underneath that belt. That's pretty much it. Hit that. You'll see a few little shiny areas. You can either hit it with the DA or hit it by hand. But you just take the Scotch-Brite and stick it in there. You can fold it. Go this angle, go this angle. Same in here. Come in around with this up like this, go all the way around, excuse me. And then come at this angle, go all the way around. Make sure you get both edges of it on all of this. In here, you go in as far as you can. We are not masking the jambs. He wants paint to blow in however far. Sometimes you'll mask them. This we're not. There's a few dents. I asked if you wanted fixed. There's one there. That one I'm just going to tap out with the hammer. And then I noticed there's some rust here, but they don't want to fix. They usually hate painting over that. This is a company van. Slam dunk. Whatever. Normally people don't fix it. I say no. So another thing is run Scotch-Brite 50-50, just kind of go over the whole thing, and you're guaranteed to get any shininess out of it. So I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to cut around the vehicle and do different sections on and off until it's all sanded. Not going to show the whole thing because I'll kill my battery and it gets old after a minute. Alright, I want to go over a little Orbital Sander. People call them, we call them DAs all the time. And then some people are like, it's not a dual action, it's an orbital. Orbital just means how it does that. Dual action, you can do two things. I don't like real DAs, but everyone just says grab the DA. So this works. It's called an Orbital Sander if you're looking for one. There's aggressive, then like a medium, and a finish. So if you get one to do body work, make sure it's not a finishing one because it's a lot how it spins. I can't remember the numbers. It's like 5/32 or something. You'll have to Google it. I don't remember those numbers, but make sure you do that. And if you get one for polishing, don't get an aggressive one. You want to finish one. And they do different things. I mean, it could hurt your clear if you're finishing with an aggressive one. Anyway, you don't need this thing at full blast. That's probably good. You don't need to do that. If it's all the way down, obviously it'll barely move. But just give it a little. Sorry, hopefully that's not too loud in the video. Anyway, that's pretty good right there. And then remember, this stuff is sanded. So you don't want to be, like I said, one video, I'm wet sanding. You don't want to be putting your arms on here because we've broke that surface. It's not smooth anymore. Wear gloves. If you're not, don't put a rag down, a clean rag, and put your hand on it, or put your hand up here because it will soak the oils in your hand. And we will wax and grease it again, but sometimes, I mean, this thing was nasty, and then sometimes it just, if you wax and grease it over and over and over, for some reason you'll still have fisheye. Like, it's a pain. Anyway, so got these done, got most of this, so I just need to get those. Okay, where I've sanded, I go ahead and make sure you get those edges good. Oops. I go ahead and take the tape off, because like I said, you don't want this tape on there very long. It can leave a big nasty mess. But for $1 to do this stuff, I use it when I prime too, honestly. Just as long as you rip it off right after. I'm not, I don't have a big high production shop where I can go buy. See that? That's kind of why it sucks to use the 99¢, but it's not bad. It's a good idea to get it off sooner than later, because it will cause you cleanup time that you don't want to have. Okay, so this whole side is done. Edges, everything. I haven't done the rear bumper or the rear hatch. No front bumper. So now I'm going to do the hood and then work my way around to the other side. It is 2 o'clock. I've been at this 10. Plus I left for lunch. So you can do it fast. Just make sure you do it good. Take your time if you need to. If it takes 3 days, who cares? Sand it. Make sure it looks good. Nothing worse than doing all this and paint flaking off around edges here or around the door handles or any areas like that because you didn't sand it good enough. Power washer hits it, go through a car wash, whatever. Prep. Let's hit the hood. So the last few jobs I've done, I've got lucky. It's been single stage, which to me sand quicker. The paint I'm using is Delfleet Essentials. It's from PPG. It's thick, it's gnarly, covers good. So I won't be doing the lights, but a lot of times what I like to do when I do completes, if the lights look bad, because if you sand these and buff them, they'll come back. These have probably been done before. But if I'm painting the whole thing, what I like to do is mask this off and then put the color down, and then I'll unmask it and I'll clear the whole car together. Just, have the customer have some nice, pretty headlights. I may sand these and clear them, although I'm not clearing the car, I'm single staging it, but just so it looks good. I mean, I know there's dents and stuff they don't care about, but it's something quick and easy, make things look good. So there's the hood finished in, I think, less than 5 minutes. Let's go on. I should have the whole thing sanded today, hopefully. I better. And tomorrow mask paint. So right here we got, used to be a sticker or something. It's not sticky. If it was sticky, don't DA it. Use lacquer pen or a rag or some stuff. So let's see if this takes it off. Yeah. All right, that works. So I don't have to use lacquer right there. We may have to on some spots on the back to take the emblems off, so we'll show how to do that. Okay, so we are gonna pull these off. I have a tool at my home. This is kind of a ghetto one, but it should still work. If you're using razor blades, be very careful. You don't want to put scratches in. And I'll probably scratch up this, who knows? Maybe not. None of these are going back on, so. Actually, this works pretty good. Just try not to dig edges. Into the paint. Yeah, it actually works out good. These are not going back on. And then now all the adhesive on there, you can use an eraser if you have one. It's a tool if you don't know what that is. And then, or you can use a little lacquer thinner. And I'm gonna use lacquer thinner because the eraser spits crap everywhere. It makes a massive mess. If you're having a hard time getting these, you can probably get a heat gun. I mean, these are, see, oh, no, got lucky. Thought I heard it scratch. So, let's get some lacquer and then show you up close. Okay, so we got some lacquer. I'm gonna put it on the rag. Wear gloves. And then we're gonna just lightly put it on there. It'll soak in. And you can just get a lot of it off. Wipe the gunk on something. It will be super sticky. Be careful not to scratch it. If you have plastic razor blades, that would work really good. And one thing with emblems, if you're not putting emblems on, back on, you want to sand the crap out of where the emblems were. Maybe put a little self-etch or something on it, because they have been known to come back through, even if you think you sand it real good. And there's nothing worse than having a ghost Grand Caravan and Sport emblems, or words on the back, letters. So just like that, wipe it, and plastic razor blade would be better. This still works. And that is how you do that. And it comes right off, and then you just sand it like everything else. So I'm gonna go home, take a little rest. I'm probably gonna change. I have front bumper, rear bumper, and then that's it. And I will have to blow it all off. I may wash it, but then things will get wet and I don't want to do that. So I may just wipe it all down, and we'll get it all in the booth. Then, so next I'll probably show masking. That's probably what I'll do. I mean, I'll blow it all off. I don't think you guys need to see that, do you? Maybe I'll just do a quick through on that too. Might as well. And then I'll show masking, and then I'll speed up to that, and let's have this thing done in a day. That's my goal. So this is the end of part 1. This can be 2 parts. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you a little bit later.